True.
But we locals, we just want to enjoy the beach.
It's our right to access the sea, sir.
The public is losing access due to large-scale developments along the coastline.
Yeah, man, the hotel control most of the beach, them. For no most of them are all of them. Because them said a tourist run Jamaica. So them are going to put tourism first. And putting tourism first, you exploit the citizens them.
Imagine living on an island surrounded by some of the most beautiful turquoise water on earth, but being told you're not allowed to touch the sun. In Jamaica, the land of wood and water, a disturbing reality is growing. Families who swarm on the beaches for generations are now being stopped by security guards, locked behind gates and turned away from their own coastline. How did Jamaica become an island where locals can live beside the sea but still be denied access to it? And who really owns Jamaica's beaches now? For over 40 years, a fisherman named Mr. Brown launched his boat from the same beach in St. Anne's. His father used that path, his grandfather too, but one morning, everything changed. Security guards stopped him before sunrise. No town meeting, no warning, just a brand new fence and a sign that says private property. That was the moment many Jamaicans realized something terrifying. The beaches they grew up on were slowly disappearing behind the walls. If you look at the tourism brochures, Jamaica looks like paradise. Endless beaches, freedom, luxury escape. But for many locals without a hotel wristband or $50 for an entrance fee, that paradise is shrinking. From Montego Bay to Ocho Rios to Portland, a silent battle is taking place. Not between tourists and locals, but between money and access. And buried deep inside all colonial laws is the reason why this keeps happening. What we found changes the way you look at Jamaica tourism forever. Most Jamaicans believe independence in 1962 gave the island back to the people. But hidden deep inside colonial law was a loophole that changed everything. In 1956, before Jamaica was even independent, the British government passed something called the Beach Control Act. The law gave the Crown control over the foreshore and seabed. That sounds harmless until you understand the trick. The wet sand may technically belong to the public, but the land beside it can still be privately owned. And that is where the problem begins. During the tourism boom of the 70s and 80s, large sections of Jamaica's coastline were leased and sold for hotel development. The promise was simple: jobs, growth, foreign investment, and yes, tourism brought billions into Jamaica's economy. But over time, many Jamaicans began asking a painful question: what good is paradise if the people born there can't enjoy it freely anymore? For outsiders, a beach may just be sand and water, but in Jamaica, the beach is culture. It's Sunday cookouts, fishing traditions, sound system parties, family memories, freedom. When communities lose access to the coastline, they don't just lose a place to swim, they lose part of their identity. Some fishermen said they have been blocked from launching boats from paths used for generations. Others say they are being pressured to leave areas tourists now consider exclusive. Imagine waking up every day beside the Caribbean Sea, but needing permission to touch it. That's the reality many Jamaicans say they are facing right now, especially in places like Portland, where rapid luxury development is transforming once open coastline into private compounds. Activist groups like the Jamaica Beach Birthright environmental movement say the country is slowly being fenced away from its own people. And legally, developers often have the advantage, because if private land surrounds a beach and there's no protected public access point, entry can be blocked. So technically, the beach may still be public, but if nobody can reach it, is it really public at all? You know what's crazy? You can drive along parts of Jamaica's north coast for miles and barely see the sea. The island, famous for its beaches, has become an island of fences. Some Jamaicans online joke that tourists see more of Jamaica's beaches than Jamaicans themselves. But for many people, it's not funny anymore, because every new wall sends the same message: if you can't pay, stay out. But here's the twist most people don't know. Under Jamaican law, the wet sand between high tide and low tide is technically public land. Meaning, if you arrive by boat, you could legally stand there. But how many ordinary Jamaicans own boats? And how do you reach the wet sand if every road leading to it is blocked? That's the loophole critics say developers exploit. And here's where things get even more interesting. Some Caribbean countries choose a completely different path. In Barbados, all beaches are legally public. A billionaire and a fisherman use the same coastline. Hotels cannot stop locals from walking on the sand. But in Jamaica, access often depends on who owns the gate. Critics argue the government fears stricter beach access laws could scare away foreign investors and billion-dollar hotel projects. And maybe that fear is real, but it raises a deeper question. How much of the country can be sold before the people stop feeling connected to it? But this story isn't hopeless, because Jamaicans have fought back before. Communities like Winifred Beach in Portland spent years battling to keep their beaches open to the public, and they won. They proved something powerful. When communities unite, the fences can come down. But with dozens of new tourism developments planned across Jamaica's coastline, many believe the battle is only the beginning. Maybe this story was never just about beaches. Maybe it's about something bigger. Who does Jamaica truly belongs to? The investors, the developers, the politicians, or the people who carried the island through slavery, colonialism, hardship, and survival? Because when a people lose access to their coastline, they slowly lose connection to the island itself. And once a country starts fencing off its soul, what happens next? What do you think? Should every beach in Jamaica be open to the public, or should private developers have the right to control access? Drop your thoughts in the comment below. Like this video if you believe Jamaica's beaches should belong to the people. And if you happen to subscribe, this channel is YAAD VIBEZ and I am Germs. For more stories they don't show you in the tourism brochure. Until next time, keep the vibes real, one love, and peace.
If it is that some areas are reserved for tourists, hoteliers and so on to develop, and of course you have the designated areas for the residents, then I think that would be a more fair solution. And I think that's how the government can get involved, because you can't have a free-for-all of persons buying up a lot of these properties, you know, and shut out the local access. So if there is some consideration as to, yes, we have to prioritize the local citizen, then